Hello everyone, this is Noah Ponzo on the Heiser Franchise YouTube channel here with Jake Steinbrecher. We are filming this after Jake played in the competition. Go watch the previous video if you want to know how that ended. Alright team, so here's the thing. Today we're going over approach shots because that is the big game plan in disc golf. The thing is you can drive far, you can putt well, but guess what? You want to be left close to the basket, like 20 feet or less. So here we got a couple different discs. Get the Rot, Cookies and Cream. Got the Zone OS here. Got a couple of discs to show you kind of the idea between what the difference between Zone OS versus stable versus a little bit understable putters and mid ranges. We got you covered.
One of my favorite approach discs is the Zone from Discraft. It is a point and shoot putter approach disc, so it's specifically for this, and it will always have a dependable fade regardless of the wind. And sit down near the bucket. Just throw it off to the right of your target a bit and let it sit down nicely. Should be, not as close as I wanted, but get the point. Should I throw another one?
Yeah, throw another.
Zone.
Another crystal zone. That's what you want right there. You see that little fade? That's exactly what you want. That is a stable disc. It's not overstable, it's not understable, it's more straight, but it has a little bit of fade. So the idea here is you want to either throw it straight like this, straight flat, or on a little bit of anhyzer either way. So you get that still a little bit of dependable fade. Even though it's a putter, so it's a little bit of a beaded putter, but that requires a little more touch because it's a putter and not an overstable approach just like the Zone. So I'll show you here, CC, so I'll show you here. You got the disc here. We're just gonna do a little one step into the approach. So I'm gonna go like this, you see? So I'm gonna go like this. So I'm gonna have my feet like this. I'm gonna go step, and then I'm gonna go straight across my pecs, straight across my pecs. That's something they like to preach, but in this case, it's super important because you don't have the overstable fade to bail you out. So you have to be straight with this sort of disc. So let's see. So we're gonna go, ready? We're gonna go right into it. So see, ready? Look at the target, step, pull through. As you can see, a little long, but that is a straight approach disc right there. So remember, this is a bounty or a Trilogy Challenge bounty from 2020. Thing is about bounties is they're a little bit more understable. For instance, this is in a Fusion plastic or Lucid, so it's in Lucid, so it's a little bit more stable than some of the other ones, but still understable. So the idea is with an understable disc, you want to put just a little bit of hyzer on it. So you want to put just a little bit of hyzer on it, let it fly straight through, so that way it straightens out and then falls. But the thing is about mid-range is they're going to go a little further, so you got to be careful. Though, then again, overstable mid-ranges and approach discs are kind of similar, so this is important right here. So remember, same thing as before, step, then pull through. It's very simple. When you're throwing your first disc, just step and then pull through like that. That's how simple this is. So let's go for the approach again. And as you can see here, it's a lot harder to control an understable approach disc. So let's pull out another understable disc to show you what we're talking about. This is an Invader. Invader is one of my favorite discs. It's very similar to the Rot, but it's a little bit less stable than a Rot. So this is the Halo Star. As you can see, it's beaded. It's a putter, so it's important to have a little bit of touch. So we'll show you again. This time we'll put a little bit more hyzer on it. And as you can see, look how straight that was. Perfect straight, but a little long. That's the thing. Gotta be careful with your approach disc, because if you go too long, you're gonna leave yourself a long putt, and that's not the thing you wanna do. Long putts are troublesome for most players, so just go short.
And sometimes you'll need a forehand approach. Doing a forehand approach, I always reach for an overstable, extremely overstable in this case, Zone OS. We got the Rot here to show you can throw a forehand as well. Just tip it on that little bit of hyzer, just like an understable backhand approach. So it's coming through here with the Rot. To drop it down in the circle. And the Zone OS. A little further to the left is better.
One. So as you can see here, the big thing about approaches is that you need to be close. Because if you're not close, as you can see, there's the basket. It's tough to make putts. Let's see if you can make that one over by the tree. That tree putt is at least probably a 40-footer. So this is like C1, it's circle 2. But you really got to be close to make sure it works. As you can see there, not that good of an approach because of how far the putt was. If you're Calvin Heimberg, you might make that. If you're not Calvin Heimberg, you're not making that. Invader time, super nice putter to putt with. Halo Nexus is what Kay Jones putts with now, Kevin Jones. There's the rot. The rot, a little more stable, but see, it's that simple. Get your approaches down. You will become a better disc golfer. We set up this little circle full of mini landmines, mini duds, so you can kind of see these are all about like 20 to 30 feet away. Preferably, you want to be about right there where that white one is. So that white one's about maybe 15 or so feet away. That's the big one. That's the big one right there. We got the pizza putt. Ooh, look at that pizza putt. Too easy. He's going to do it again. Ready? Here we go. Oh, my goodness. Jake, what are you doing? Jake, this isn't a pizza putt challenge. Oh, my goodness. Okay, well, I think that's a pretty good way to say approaches are too easy. Thing is maybe we should talk about pizza putt approaches because that's too easy.
I don't know if I would do turbo approaches. Can't go that far.
No, for sure. All right, y'all. We appreciate this video today. We appreciate the approach shots. As you can see, the big thing though about angle control. And make sure your disc is pretty flat. And on hills like that hill over there, you got to make sure about angle control because that is a big thing when it comes to landing your approach shot. You land it flat, so if you land it on the rim too much, it's going to roll. And that isn't a bad thing to do. So make sure you have a little bit of angle control so it lands flat on the ground, doesn't move too far, and does its thing. Better believe it. Talk to y'all later. Bill Ponzer.